We live on Tongarang country and acknowledge and pay our respects to their leaders past, present and emerging. Hi, I'm Kath.
And I'm Stuart.
We are focused on trying to achieve sustainability beyond just building our house. We have also made an effort to sustain local biodiversity by planting native vegetation on our own property, working on planting programs with our local landcare group, and by protecting our property in perpetuity with a Trust for Nature covenant. We have a 21-hectare property in the beautiful Strathbogie Ranges, about 180 kilometres northeast of Melbourne. The area is rural, and while past clearing has fragmented the forest, bushland remains on many hilltops. The Strathbogie Ranges have abundant populations of native wildlife, and this is something we strive to preserve.
Our block faces north. The front third of the block was originally cleared for farming, but we have replanted some of it with local native trees. The remaining area is natural bush and rises to the 735-metre peak before dropping away to the south. Our house sits at the rear of the cleared area. We built our house as owner-builders on weekends over about 5 years while working in Melbourne. In choosing our external wall material, we had to consider high thermal protection from our cold winters and our hot summers. Our elevation means our environmental temperatures are about 4 degrees lower than the nearby localities off the tableland.
Welcome to our home. We'd like to share things we thought about as we plan to build a sustainable house in our locality. To provide the best thermal insulation as well as fire resistance, we chose commercial grade steel for our house frame. We built granite piers in each corner using rocks collected from our block. The external and internal walls are rammed earth bricks. The roof is Colorbond steel and the floor is slate laid on a concrete slab. For the ceiling insulation, we used the highest rated bats we could find.
Our bricks are rammed earth, made with a brick ram. They contain earth with a high clay content and water, with mortar of fine earth and water. They don't contain any cement or straw. When the walls were finished, we sprayed them with a waterproofing agent on the outside, and we sprayed the inside walls with a binding solution to minimise dust coming off the walls. Every brick has 2 holes which line up to create a tube inside the walls for conduit and wiring. The bricks have a high thermal mass and slowly absorb moisture from the air and then release it over time. In the summer, this creates a cooling effect inside, while in the winter, the bricks absorb warmth during the day and slowly release it overnight. The temperature difference between inside and outside, both in summer and winter, is often 10 degrees or more.
We had many interested locals visit us to watch our progress, but some were more helpful than others. Some of the furry ones just hung around after finding a warm sunny spot on a cold winter morning. The north, east and west sides all have 2.6 metre wide paved verandas, and on the south side the veranda is 3.6 metres wide and doubles as a carport. Our verandas protect the walls from the rain and the summer sun. They also provide a lovely extension to our inside living areas. We really love sitting on the veranda watching the wildlife, including our mob of eastern grey kangaroos, which help keep the grass short. The front of the house faces north with a large set of bay windows that, in the winter, allow the sunshine onto the slate flooring and warm our living area. In the summer, when the sun is much higher in the sky, the veranda shields the windows from the hot sun. They have heavy drapes, which also provide thermal protection from the outside temperatures. We have an open plan living space which works really well. We have a highly efficient 10 kilowatt reverse cycle air conditioner in the ceiling, which easily heats or cools the entire house. We rarely need to use it and are happy that it uses less power than the electric jug, so it has little impact on our power usage and runs easily off our solar.
We have 28 Kindo solar panels which are Australian made and generate up to 8.8 kilowatts of power. We also have a 10 kilowatt hour battery. Although we are still connected to the grid, we draw less than 0.2 kilowatt hours a day and export so much that our power bills are always in credit. We also have a solar hot water service.
Both of us are in our 60s and want to live out our lives here, so we plan for getting old when designing our home. All door handles and taps are lever action rather than spindles that can be difficult for arthritic hands because these require twisting. Our house has no steps and all of our doors are 900 millimetres wide, as is the shower recess, to provide easy wheelchair access to the whole house if we ever need it. We have fitted a separate handheld shower rose to make showering easy.
Being at the top of the hill, means we have no creek line, so all of our water comes from rainfall. We have a huge 76,000 litre house tank plus several other tanks, so overall we have about 200,000 litres of water. Some tanks are positioned higher up the hill to provide a strong head of pressure for the orchard trees and vegetable garden. We have installed a dripper line for our vegetable garden and orchard. We believe we have sufficient water for firefighting if we need to defend our house.
To protect our orchard from the local wildlife, we have fully enclosed part of the orchard with bird wire, plus the whole orchard is fenced to keep wallabies and rabbits out. We have skirts on individual trees so we can net them easily when we have grasshopper outbreaks. We love our orchard and veggie patch. Growing and harvesting your own food is so rewarding. We grow a range of vegetables, plus we have apples, citrus, plum, cherry and nut trees. We have 3 chickens that provide more than enough eggs for us, and we use chook poo to fertilise our veggies and fruit trees. The chook yard is fully fox-proof.
We live in an area which has a bushfire management overlay, so we needed to have a BAL assessment, which is set at 29. Because we have a significant amount of bush on the block, we over-engineered the house to withstand fire. Minimising fire risk made siting our house very important. We had to position our house at least 40 metres from the bush to achieve a BAL 29 rating. So our house is built of non-combustible earth bricks, a concrete slab floor, a steel frame, solid BAL 29 and BAL 40 rated hardwood timber doors and window frames that don't burn in a hot fire. They should only char. Our windows are double glazed 5mm toughened glass. All door and window screens are stainless steel, and all have silicon seals to prevent smoke from entering our house. We have fire hose reels around the veranda and a sprinkler system under the eaves to spray water all around the house if there is a bushfire. The wind from a fire will blow the spray onto the walls and windows, not away from the house, which is what would happen if the sprayers were on the roof.
Water to the house is provided by a large tank which requires a pump to provide pressure. We deliberately installed a high-pressure pump so it would be powerful enough to run the fire hoses and sprinklers. Our pump is electric, but if we lose connection to the grid during a fire, we have the solar panels and the battery to provide power. Just in case, we also have a backup petrol fire pump.
We built a house with a focus on being comfortable in all weather, minimising our impact on the environment and to outlast us. We really enjoyed every day we spent building, the problem solving, getting our hands dirty and seeing our ideas become a reality, and now we love living here. We hope you found our presentation useful and interesting.
Thanks for listening.